When the fall of Rome is mentioned, most of us usually think of barbarian invasions, armies breaking through the gates, legions being destroyed, emperors killed through intrigue. All of these are true, but incomplete. Because empires usually do not collapse from the outside, but from within. And one of the quietest yet most fatal reasons for internal collapse has always been the same: money. Rome did not fall only because of wars. It fell because trust in its money collapsed. And strangely enough, this story is still relevant today. Imagine this. For centuries, the backbone of Rome was the silver denarius. It was almost entirely made of silver. Generally, everyone trusted this coin. Soldiers were paid with it. Merchants demanded it. The people saved their wealth with it. The denarius was not just a metal instrument, it was the visible form of trust in Rome. But keeping a huge empire standing is not easy. Armies, roads, aqueducts, endless wars. Over time, money was no longer enough. Raising taxes was angering the people. Instead, a more convenient path was chosen. The currency was hollowed out. At first, they reduced the silver content just a little, so no one would notice. Then, a little more. Then, a little more. During the time of Augustus, the denarius was 95% silver. Centuries later, it fell to 50%. Then it dropped below 5%. It looked like the same money, but it was no longer the same money. People noticed this, and once trust disappeared, everything followed one after another. Prices suddenly rose. Grain that could once be bought with a single coin now required dozens. Soldiers demanded higher pay because their wages were no longer enough. Merchants refused this money and demanded gold or barter instead. Local economies began to collapse. What did the state do? It printed more money. This is how it always goes. Trust declines to more money is printed to money becomes even more worthless. A vicious cycle. By the 3rd century, Rome had lost control. Emperors were changing every few months. Rebellions, plagues, civil wars. But behind all this chaos, there was a single reason. Money no longer worked. Collecting taxes became difficult. Farmers abandoned their land. Trade froze. An emperor who took the throne said, "Let's fix prices." Price ceilings were set for hundreds of goods. The punishment for refusing was death. The result? The black market exploded. The official economy was destroyed. Because you cannot change what is real. A strong economy cannot be built on worthless money. Eventually, Rome abandoned the denarius completely. The gold solidus was introduced, and stability was restored for a while in the East. But for the West, everything was already too late. The economic backbone had collapsed. The army had become unsustainable. Trust was gone. Rome did not collapse in a single day. It slowly melted away. So what is this trying to tell us? This: if money loses its value, society begins to collapse as well. Contracts break down. Trade stalls. The state loses its power. This happened in Rome, of course. It happened in Weimar Germany. It happened in Zimbabwe. And it is still happening today. Money may look the same, but if it is hollowed out, the result does not change. The people of Rome never imagined that their money would become worthless. Germans once laughed at the idea of carrying money in wheelbarrows. Zimbabweans were absolutely convinced that the future was bright. They were all wrong. One last thing. Barbarians may stand at the gates, but usually what destroys an empire is what lies inside its treasury. History does not repeat itself in the same way, but if you refuse to understand it, it will hurt you in the same way.